Hey everybody, welcome to the studio of Carini Arts. We're going to keep it short and sweet today. Check out CariniArts.com for my shop, my blog, my podcast, and much more. I was just over on Instagram doing one of my live Q&As. I get a lot of people over there so people can ask me anything and everything there. It's a great opportunity to do so. But if there's something that you want me to cover here on YouTube, drop it in the comments and I'll cover it on a future talk. But today I want to talk about why you shouldn't be overly concerned with what others are doing. And for me, my slogan that's all over all my stuff, it's been my slogan for well over a decade is don't be afraid to be different, be afraid to be the same. You can't ever be too concerned with what other people are doing because if you are overly concerned with what others are doing, you are not focused enough on yourself or where you are going. Now, it's great to know what other people are doing, but when I am creating, for example, I actually have this sort of philosophy or policy where I will go look at artwork, but when it's time for me to create, I need to have this level of separation from the work of others. So it's like I'll go look at a museum or something like that, and I need to have this like buffer zone before I can actually go create something. And it's so that when I can think back to what I saw at the museum, there's enough distance that I can filter it through a funnel and uniquely uh, transmuted into my own voice without being too derivative of what somebody else is doing. So it allows me to take into consideration what others are doing, what others have done, but to do it through my own authentic voice as opposed to just piggybacking off of somebody else. Now, we live in a world where it's dominated by social media. It's so easy to see what other people are doing. It's very easy to get sucked into that and to be trapped in that space where we're just seeing what others are doing and it makes us feel like we're not doing anything at all. And the best solution for that is to separate yourself from that and to move into that space of yourself, of becoming, of being and doing. And it's very difficult to do that if you're paying mind to only what others are doing. So I'm curious if anybody tuning in, if this is something that you've struggled with, or if you are on your own path, and if you do sort of isolate and separate yourself from these things. But I do generally, and for a long time, have sort of had this isolated lifestyle where I have this separation, like from people, from other people's energies, things like that. And it's not a lack of love or appreciation for others. It's that in order for me to be my true self, I need to be focused on where I'm going. So some may call you selfish or egotistical for doing so, but there's a very big difference because all the things that I do, ultimately, I try to do to lighten the burden of those behind me on this journey. It's not for me. In a younger age, it definitely probably was for me, but not at this point. But in order to be my best self, the best version of myself, the version of me that can help the most people, I have to be focused on doing me, whatever that is. And the only way that you will ever get where others haven't been is to do what others haven't done. And you can't do that if you're paying too much mind to what others are doing right now. So you go do you. That's all I got for you today. I'll see you next time. CariniArts.com.